Hey guys, Mushid here. Today we'll be reviewing Mirzya, starring Anil Kapoor's son and some newcomer girl. Actually, they're both newcomers, so both newcomer girls. The movie is directed by Rakesh Omprakash Mehra, who's made Rang De Basanti, Deli Che, Ux, and Bhag Mika Bhag, just to name a few. Good director, but a little different than what Bollywood normally has to offer. But when I heard he was going to debut Anil Kapoor's son, I had a bad feeling about this. I'm not gonna lie though, the trailer did make me want to watch the movie. However, just the circumstances resulted in me not watching the movie in theaters. So instead of doing a quickie review that I've been doing for the past few months, I decided to do a full review that I haven't done in a very long time. So, well, here we are. The movie immediately starts off with a flashback of Mirzya as he's riding a horse and what the hell is going on? No, seriously, there's a firecracker chicken that everyone is aiming for, and there are bombs going off everywhere. I mean, the cinematography is really well done, but a little context would be great. Anyways, so the guys are racing to grab something. Whoever grabs it first gets to marry the girl. Nothing more is told. Actually, there are no lines in the flashback, just visuals. Again, some context will be really helpful. We then cut to their Dusra Janam where Mirzya is known as Monish. He is absolutely smitten over his classmate named Suchitra, aka Suchi, who clearly seems to be about a year or two older than him. Now, I don't know about you guys, but they seem to be in maybe grade 4 or 5, maybe grade 6. Aren't kids that age in the whole cooties phase? I mean, this kid is carrying her backpack, giving her a ride to school and on his, cycle and having a jolly old time. When I was their age, I made sure to stay far away from girls. Or, well, they made sure to stay far away from me. The point is, we stayed away from cooties. He sneaks into class and doesn't have his homework done. So, naturally, Suchitra slides her notebook to him. The teacher, not being a dumbass, then asks Suchitra for her homework. She, being a dumbass, simply states that she didn't do it. As a result, she gets the regular punishment everyone gets who don't complete their homework.
How can you slap? How can you slap?
On the bus ride home, everyone is so shocked, like, guys, this isn't something new. He's clearly done it before. In the next scene, Monish breaks into Suchitra's house, takes her dad's gun, who happens to be a cop, and shoots the teacher the next morning.
होता है, अक्सर होता है.
A. How did a child break and enter into a cop's house without being noticed? B. How did he know where the guns were kept? And C. This is the protagonist of the movie? Well, there you have it, folks. We're supposedly going to be rooting for a murderer throughout the movie. Thankfully, he gets caught and is sent to juvie. He manages to escape as easily as he broke into that cop's house. Seriously, this is how the movie really should have started. Oh yeah, so to show transitions, the movie has some totally irrelevant dance sequences in between. This does nothing but drags the movie. It isn't artistically inspiring or anything. We dance into the present and see Monish is now known as Adil. He works as a stable boy for some royal family. Coincidentally, Suchitra returns from abroad and is to be wed with the prince of the said royal family. The scenario is that Suchitra wants to get some horse riding lessons, so the prince gives this task to Adil.
Monish, bhai, cycle wala dost mera.
Seriously, every time she's with him, she talks about her old friend Monish and the stuff they used to do together until...
ने साइकिल वाले की कहानियां क्यों सुनाया करती हैं मुझे? जाओ ढूंढो उसे गोवर्धन पब्लिक स्कूल में.
How in the... How does him saying stop talking about your old friend indicate that he's Monish? Even I was tired of listening to her talking about her childhood friend on and on and on. Like, even I would have had the same response. Doesn't mean I'm Monish. Or am I? No, I'm not. We see she's instantly regretting her marriage with the prince for absolutely no goddamn reason. And we see it reflect in her previous janam. The prince is nothing but nice, loving, caring towards her, right? And she's torn between him and a child who was infatuated with her back in the day and murdered the teacher. So as is the tradition in new Bollywood movies, Suchitra decides to cheat on the prince and hooks up with the murderer, Monish. God, the songs are really annoying. We see that Monish has a secret yet obvious admirer. Zeenat and her dad took him in after he escaped from juvie prison. Suchitra understands she is in love with Munish, but can't take a step forward as she is a widow and has a son. So naturally, she keeps seeing Munish on the side, and instead of calling off the wedding, she simply dreads the wedding. So since it's going to be a full moon, the prince, like a genius, thinks it's the perfect time for a safari in the middle of the jungle, on horses, at night. Needless to say, a creature attacks them. No, a lioness or something attacks them. You know what would have been a better idea, Mr. Prince? You know the castle you have? What if you took her on the rooftop of that castle and, saw the moonlight from there? Why did you think it would be a good idea to take your princess in the middle of the jungle during a moonlight at so late with just horses and rifles? I mean, at least take a jeep or something. God, you're no better than Ahana and Creature thinking it'd be a good idea to open a lodge in the middle of freaking nowhere. Obviously, Monish saves the prince's life and gets rewarded with some gold ring. Seeing Suchitra at his bedside, you would think she realized her mistake and clearly values the prince's life and what she had almost lost, right?
No.
So a little earlier on, she told Monish, if he's brave enough, to go to her dad and tell him who he really is. So I wasn't really shocked that he was going to reveal his true identity to her father eventually, but what he does during the revelation is one of the stupidest things I've ever seen.
सुची से प्यार करता था सर, आज भी करता है।
तुमने नाम कैसे बदल लिया?
हम शादी करते।
Hey, Mr. Cop, sir. Hi, how are you? Remember the kid who stole your gun and killed the teacher way back? Yeah, it's me. Anyways, I love your daughter. I want to marry her. How did you change your name? What? How? Change your name you did. Seriously, that's your biggest concern in all of this? I've just explained to you that I'm the kid who broke into your house, took your gun, shot the teacher, and your concern is... Shh. How? You of the changing of your name. I don't know, I lied on my resume.
निकल जाओ अभी।
नाम कैसे बदल दिया उसने?
Why is this such a shocking thing to them? I mean, in a country with millions undocumented, one guy changed his name. Big whoop. So the prince finds out and thinks it's better to simply kill Monish and leave him for the lions to eat. However, instead of head-shooting Monish, he kills the horse. I'm not sure why, but he does. We get an overdramatic, intoxicated dad asking his daughter if she's coming or going, thus guilt-tripping her to actually attend the wedding. At the wedding, Zina decides to show up in full burqa and oh, I see where this is going. Cliché number 2, 3, 4, 5 of Bollywood movies. When the time for the wedding ceremony comes, they find out that Suchitra has run away and Zinat killed herself?
इश्क में अक्सर होता है।
What the hell? Why did she kill herself? Why didn't she just bring extra clothes and, just gotten away with the princess? You know what I mean? Now that she's killed herself, what about her son? I mean, now her old father has to take care of this young son by himself alone. God, this movie is so stupid. Let's end this movie. So they are running away on the bike while flashbacking to their Pisla Janam. Eventually they get caught up by the prince and the father. However, Suchitra took out the bullets just as she did in the Pisla Janam by breaking all of Mirzya's arrows, hoping no one has to die. Mirzya dies from the arrows and Monish dies from the bullets. Suchitra I think dies by arrows as well in the Pisla Janam, but Suchitra here dies by drinking poison or something. The freaking end. God, this movie was annoying as hell. Sure, the cinematography was great, but that's pretty much it. The actors have no emotions throughout the movie. Monish is like flat 90% of the time. He barely has lines to begin with. The present story trying to relate with Mirzya's story did not work whatsoever because half the time I don't know what the hell was going on. I mean, unless you're probably well known with the folklore, maybe it would have been a bit better, but it really wasn't. I mean, like, they tried to make it artsy with the whole dance formation in the middle, but it was lame. The dancing group between the transitions were really annoying. They dragged the movie, to be very honest. The guy was a psychotic murderer and she was a cheating slut, so why would I care about these two characters? The whole movie I was rooting for the prince and Suchitra's dad. I'm so glad I didn't get to watch this movie in theaters, and I feel sorry for the ones who did. The movie could have been so much better, but the two characters, the main characters, had no chemistry whatsoever. Regardless, Harshvinder Kapoor, son of Anil Kapoor, is definitely gonna win Filmfare Best Debut Male Award. And I'm sure the movie's gonna win a few as well because Bollywood is great. So, what did you guys think about this movie? Did it live up to the hype? Was it as bad as you expected? Were the actors good as you expected? Let me know your reviews below and I'll see you guys next time. Later.